Wat heeft hem zo beslagen?
Got drunk. Der Peter, der war gestern irgendwann.
Alle stehen am Abgrund, nur Peter.
Der geht noch irgendwie weg. Alle Kinder gehen über die Straße, nur Rolf, der klebt am Golf.
Alle pinkeln in der Rinne. Nur Brigitte, die sitzt drin.
Alle laufen aus dem brennenden Haus, nur Klaus, der schaut raus.
Scheiße, ich weiß das keinen mehr.
Alle fliegen im Flugzeug, nur Sabine, die klebt an der Turbine.
Oh.
Oh, doch. Alle laufen über den Friedhof, nur Hagen, der wird getragen. Den finde ich aber eigentlich auch nicht schlecht. Ja. Der wird getragen. Das hat für mich irgendwie so typische Otto Walkes-Witze. Ich weiß nicht warum.
Ja,
Aber
doch, das passt ganz gut. So.
Too late to apologize. Hello. Ja. Keine Ahnung.
Yeah, can you start? No.
No, just wait, it's okay.
Ja.
It's better for us that all are here.
Just want, can you turn on the light? It's scary because of the
Of the camera?
camera,
Yeah, for sure.
Not the other one.
Ja, tatsächlich sogar.
No worries.
Peter?
Oh yeah, Peter is missing.
Yeah, but I think it. Listen carefully.
We want to have them all.
Okay, so I hope you had a nice lunchtime, and right now you are full of power and energy. As our two presenters, I guess, they come to tell us more about epilepsy medication. And personally, I'm really interested in this topic. As you can see, tablets are getting more and more. Yeah, I'm looking forward very much to hear your experience and your outcome. A lot of research.
Thank you, Thomas, for the introducing words. Yeah, there's Peter coming, perfect. So we complete, no worries. Yeah, exactly. We want to tell you something about our experiences, projects, and kind of theory about tablets in education. But just give us a second to think about what happened yesterday. It was somehow weird. Oh yeah. Sorry. Okay, back to the serious stuff. Haven't you seen it? Maybe after. Okay. So yeah, this is what we want to do. We give you an overview, or we will see if we give you the overview of basic theories about research and studies, international projects who are growing and growing. We will have a discussion, of course, and after that, kind of recreation, a coffee break, definitely. And then we will talk about our experiences, our projects in Germany, and especially about our research projects which we are running at Johannes Gutenberg University in Mainz, together with Professor Stefan Aufenanger. And after that, we have a short evaluation. So you will need, we will have a group work prepared. You will need kind of a QR code reader, so it would be good if you have a mobile device with a QR code reader, just to...
It's not that necessary, I'd say, but if you have one,
if you have one, it's good, and if you have another device, we have the short URLs as well. So, okay, Tim is going to explain what's our concept.
So give me that.
Yes.
Yeah, hi.
Whoa.
Oh, what's in there? Yeah. It's all for YouTube. We're gonna be stars. All right, so our first idea is that we offer just the framework and you guys gonna deliver content. But how are we gonna do this? There's a little thing called pechakucha. It is Japanese actually, and it represents a presentation form. We have exactly 20 images, and every image is shown for just 20 seconds. And you have to explain a topic right in this time. But because that is way too long for us, we kind of modified it. So what you're gonna do in a second, not now, is you are in groups, 8 groups, and you have around 30 minutes time to kind of do a research, kind of do about a certain topic, and then you're gonna present it. You got one slide, you got 1 minute about your topic. That's very important, keep it in mind. So you really have to focus and show us what is really important about the topics we gave you. All right, so that is clear? All right, keep it short, yeah, of course, because you just have 1 minute. And we have 8 groups. Group 7 and 8 are kind of different, but I will tell you if you're in that group. Yeah, okay, so I'll just put you into groups. Please remember your group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, Thomas? 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so I would like to have the groups with uneven numbers, 1, 3, 5, 7, to stay in this room, and the even numbers go out and take your chairs with you, make it comfortable because you got 30 minutes time.
And find together in the groups.
And you get 1 sheet. So every group has to come here before you go wherever you want to go and get your sheet.
Exactly.
You can start now. What group?
Number 2. Okay.
You can start going out. 6.
Group number 4. Okay, great.
And 8. Go outside. 8.
2.
Perfect. 1. 1. 5. 1.
Group 5. Okay, perfect. 5. Group number 3.
You can go outside. Let's find out. That's fine.
3. Yeah. Okay.
And 7.
Four is outside already. Yes.
Even numbers outside, uneven numbers stay in. Take your laptops, your mobile devices, and Thomas is. Sorry? No, they're still here. They're just forming. They're just forming right now.
Take a seat, organize you, and
Sit together in your group.
together in your group.
Thomas? Thomas? Ich mach gerade aus für die Zeit. Na, dann sparen wir Batterien. Keep a distance. Keep a bit of distance there also.
I just had to. Oh, that's
We can see.
Are you 7?
Yeah.
So this explanation after you follow the link you see there. And you don't have to answer something, just remember the arguments like this. That's it. And afterwards, it's a discussion. You're not going to read it or something, but if there's silence, you can throw in an argument and you are like the expert. Okay?
Check the material. Okay. Should I just read it out? Yeah? Maybe I should do this. Everybody's listening? Okay, task. Why are tablets the most demanded device? We talk about digitalizing digital applications. Check out or expect. You may use the following links, but feel free to search for additional resources. Tablets Temptation, check the material, check the core ideas of the topic, keep the choices easy, secondary. Check out some core ideas. Okay, so we have to check material means all. Sorry?
No, then the link is wrong. Just leave this one.
Sorry, that is totally new. That's your. Eins war Konstruktivismus. I couldn't read this. That's it. Or the link. It's also written here.
Okay.
So how maybe how we should organize the process. Yeah. That's so much time.
Lupo?
Ja,
So bis 5 Uhr. Ja, das reicht eigentlich nicht. Du weißt ja auch, was die Inhalte von dir. Ja, passt.
We splitting the task then? Or we can do half an hour, I mean, it's not that much, we really want to read all of it, but.
Let's do the video, so we have kind of an idea.
Activities and create for themselves new experiences and ways of thinking. This theory is
I think you're checking the last one? I'm checking the last one. Or do you search for the things on
learning technologies in early childhood. Read the areas of mentors, and exploit the effects of social development and a constructionist learning environment. Constructionism has 4 basic subconcepts. Learning by designing
Yeah.
taking time to discuss the value project gives students the opportunity to discuss their sharing with students that learn how they like them and why that's what they need to know gives rise to encouraging curriculum. Students learn interact and collaborate. They are sometimes given the opportunity to serve as peer mentors. Number 2, technological literacy. When technology is integrated into traditional early childhood with infants, such as clocks, bees, and dogs, given the opportunity to develop fine motor skills, hand-eye coordination, engagement, cooperation, and teamwork. Their individual satisfactions at speed, feedback, and approach. Number 3, ideas and wonderful ideas. Parents bring general ideas of organizational thinking, things that make them personal and Shepherds also believes that the power of peers in education lies in their potential to assist children in encountering different ideas, anticipate them, experimenting with, and testing their ideas. He that technologies can be things
Can't we work inside?
Sorry?
We try to work inside so we can build the pictures at the same time when we're watching the videos. Is that
integrating technology into we must also provide them with opportunities to envision a better world through the use of technology. Using technology at a very early age. How they use it evolves as they grow. First, they use it to play games.
We need to make big changes. That's why we designed Australia.
And then research and writing science.
Next generation.
They eventually use it to streamline the press and media.
And it's why we
Listen to and share music.
standards for teachers and principals that make sure they can show it to 21st century levels.
It is not only to teach them how to use technology in
As we
academic
build this
methods
debate,
such as
and connect education of pioneers and thought leaders across Australia.
make positive and responsible contributions to themselves, their communities, and the world. Parents and parents should with their children, even if they must be learners themselves, can help foster technological fluency and positive technological development. Just as reading together can enhance reading and listening.
Can we ask for some speakers? Because it's running really quiet on my computer, I don't know why. Some speakers?
I guess
Thomas had some. Yeah. But you need to.
No, it's constructivism and it's obviously activism, but it's something else. Constructivism in media. The second term is not. In the context of digital media. No, well, then I don't think we can, well, make it interconnected.
Already is a process where people share
By elections.
Presenting, but they wanted to present,
what the idea is that learning by doing.
yes, to be able to learn, to make things accessible for others.
And also furthermore to stimulating the learning process, right? So
Is able to keep track.
what learning they're doing, active learning, and this simply yes.
Okay.
So we can put this and then we can reach them with information.
Undermines and development with that and like they can have the tools which they want to
You can access it for yourself. Yeah. Have like lessons.
Education.
It's
Yeah, I thought so.
the idea of being agency or something? No? No, that's not obvious.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, really? So it's not constructed.
Videos.
Connectivism is different. Yeah, exactly. So you have seen the video. You have seen the
Right. Sensory water intelligence from the during this
Offerings. Something that students can do whenever they want. The order and need social emotional that's also useful to supervise. That's why I was not learning personal agile, being able to follow lifestyles to foster to follow.
experiences because for understanding.
There's some typical keywords.
That's why it's already generate to make sense of your experience and therefore
two things that we are assimilation and accommodation.
what it means for
Freeze the teacher and the school from this.
Okay, so let's
Minutes. Too long for concentration and too short for project.
That was the assimilation. Because
Flexible and
of bombardment of information.
we started at
that you need to select.
10 to 8, 7:30 to 8.
Just too early.
There's a lot of information with that you don't
They
need.
can make their own schedule.
That's a selection. Because there's part of the line.
I would have thought that. When you're forced to learn.
And versus even.
Genau, dann gehen wir irgendwann nach.
Perform right.
Yeah, it's a demand. And without any
Peter, you're a big fan of Crazy.
Students that didn't speak German. Breaking down the traditional areas as well as learning. Also, if you find information you really are, that's all important. You could learn apps.
You have two questions. What is concept?
No one is just telling you what it's done. Yeah, we're learning everything.
Because somehow the structure system is really kind
Yes. Concrete facts, activities, representation of the world.
Another issue.
No, but I just discussed about it.
Making the owner understand the need.
No, exactly. You have to learn differentiation based on representative theories.
That sounds very nice.
You have the classification is fancy. Theory behind learning strategy.
Years or so, they know how to.
in the beginning, just a little story from Google Time. In the beginning, there were servers that you could subscribe, and the servers sent new websites, which are new. You go around, I know, 100 websites a week or a month is new. So, yeah.
Per day, per hour, because you make testing. Well, you know, that's what
We had a
But I think you're right. This is a chance to step off this music. You know, you should use it.
So is it great for the population?
So, that's like, our, if they are trained, the students are trained to get their grades like really fast, so if they get their grades, they're happy and learning it. That's it. This has to do with technology.
Right here.
I guess that's the point where we have to start. Like this curiosity and transform it into knowledge somehow. You gain knowledge and
And it's so sad when you see children that go to primary school at the beginning. They are so curious, they ask all the questions, they want to know everything. In a short time,
And also, like in Germany, there's the serious time of life starts on them. That's what children are told when they go to school. Not like, no, you will discover 100,000 things in 30 years. You'll be so smart. There's no serious time of work every day, and it will be home for fun. It's just yeah. And
Probably is much easier to you know.
The idea of action.
But actually, have to. And probably this freedom lies.
Because action can
Yeah,
just participate, you know, theory of everybody.
by acting the and that was a good temporary and then they were like, maybe it's a day, and the first day they said everything was say animal their minds and being totally afraid and now quiet, only I'm not allowed to speak.
Ich mache neben Sorgen manchmal nicht.
Somebody's speech language they don't understand. And they were scared anyway. And it's just a moment. They were all two girls that started crying. You know, I didn't know. Anyway,
About 10 minutes.
And they act, but they never learn because they don't have the emotional skills. And they don't have the connection skills.
Just because you have more, I don't know, because I care.
They can know separately telephone numbers, like they cannot.
You're not these songs. Think critically and you're
System is too
you have social.
This is also important. Experience within a social.
What should be the sense of learning, person, personality?
Artifact or what they
Your individualized learning to
What's they say, learning in 21st century,
basically getting off the Travis does not want to behave.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, it's like it's gone.
I don't know, but it looks good.
Yeah.
Well, not just yourself, but also
Also learning materials. Knowledge.
Meaningful experience, or just but that it's actually. Okay.
Flexibility.
Meaningful experiences or the social emotional element in all of this.
It's learning is search for meaning, and then we construct our own story.
Learn something, self-organized.
I think then we
Constructing, understanding,
Das heißt, sowohl understand.
and then learning apps. Next. Do you have something else? Okay, then, oh, easy to share. I make my satisfied. I was first saying
I guess, yeah.
this.
Whatever tool fits. What you like. You prepare the site, but
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because just talk about, copyright.
please sit in your booth.
I
know, but just.
So just tell me what group.
Tick tick. It's only without age.
Just a second. You go to Steve Jobs.
Yes, Steve Jobs.
First point is written together. School without an H?
Yes, because school.
Practical skills. And then
Primaries. Create. You'll see. Teacher. I'm really excited. I don't know anything. I hope so, yeah. Thank you.
Please sit in your booth.
Thanks a lot.
You can stay here, no?
It's okay.
Yeah, not in the front because we need a table.
Yes, we
Well,
can stay.
yeah. Yeah. Next to Thomas, for example, there's one. Yeah, this one.
Do you already have the points?
Almost. Do you know that there's candy with magic mushrooms?
Okay, show me.
There is one on the table. The ordinary one.
Was it?
Oh, okay.
You had which topic? We're working on what? On connectivity.
Well, you know.
To know that. Group 4. Yeah, okay. Right. Yeah. Okay.
Actually, no more content growth.
Figure it out later, but just okay. The second one, please.
Because I know how children are with technologies.
Oh, do we really have to write it all the time? Adaption? That's a different.
I don't know.
Okay, and you want to say?
It's the same time adoption. Horizon 4 to 5.
Okay, so 4 seconds. Yeah. 4 to 5 years.
Yes.
5 years, okay. And the last one? Okay, yes, okay. Yeah, just give me a second. We will organize it. Okay, so tell me for the first one. Okay.
The second games and gamification. And learning.
As well, and the second one. Okay.
And the last one is the internet of things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks. Great.
I have their own notes.
Die schicken dir eine Mail.
Oh.
Lass einfach dann drauf. Lass dir das alles.
Sure. Which person I can touch?
Yeah, we need to make a presentation. But then you need to say
Beautiful. What's nice?
Wherever you like, but just sit in the
I'm just waiting for a laptop. He might be able to.
Yeah, you can sit. You can choose it.
So,
Yeah.
perfect.
You need this? Niklas,
We need your phone.
you need this?
Thank you.
Yeah, you can just stay with the phone.
You have to stay there. I think we just sit down. That's fine.
Great. Yeah, good to have you in that group. Yeah.
That's not. No, but I mean, that's completely amazing.
Just a second, please. Oh, not good. Okay. Oh, what the hell? And 4 points. Are you kidding me? Okay. That is decision making.
We already got a picture. That's very important.
You already got
So, constructing is approved, right?
Learning, accommodation and simulation. Simulation. Learning by doing. Second point, active involvement. Learning by
Okay.
reflection. The right environment. Okay, if you stay in the right environment.
Yeah, perfect.
It's redundant information.
For active.
No.
That's it.
Yeah, it's just,
Just a second. So viele Punkte. Ich müsste was weglassen. Wir gucken gleich mal. Ich muss gleich mal was fragen.
Das Bild kannst du erstmal ein bisschen rausschieben oder so. Dann. Super. Ich habe schon zweimal gelüftet. Lüften wir nochmal.
Okay. Ihr seid welche Gruppe? White. Okay.
Yeah, we've got too many points, so we need to skip some.
Okay,
Breaking down traditional barriers.
I think that's enough.
Breaking down.
Yeah, breaking down barriers.
Is really good.
Transform learning.
So I'm happy that you
Learning X.
Learning apps.
Easy to share ideas and communicate.
So, ideas.
And communicate.
Jumping.
Choose kids with special needs.
Okay. There's another part. Two for kids.
Yeah.
What the hell? Short. Keep it short.
It's 1 minute.
Yeah, exactly.
Transportable?
On the go.
Yeah, on the go or transportable. What about streaming cost saving way? Okay.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Great job.
And water.
That makes the local device.
I don't know if I got it. Give me a second.
Sorry, you didn't have any instructions.
I think it was this one. On the
So, Moment, jetzt noch die hier.
Ja, brauchst du nicht. Die machen ja eh, du legst einfach drüber, ist ja vollkommen normal. Ne? Jawohl. Gut. Ja, dann kann man es nicht mehr lesen, leider. Let's see.
I would say.
Ja, kannst dich gerne setzen. Was denn? Hab ich. Alright. So. Thank you very much. You had some very difficult topics, and it wasn't easy to dig in such a short time, but we trusted you in that, and I think we won't regret it. So as we were walking around, we saw great things, and yeah, I'd say no more words. The first group is about constructivism. So you see, they are quite difficult topics. We got a little timer here, but don't get nervous about it.
Okay.
So 60 seconds are yours.
So
3, 2.
So constructivism is a theory of learning developed by Jean Piaget, which is a developmental psychologist originating from France. Oh, Switzerland actually, sorry. And that states that the learning process and actually the development of intelligence occurs through a process of adapting to one's environment. This process is accomplished by accommodation and assimilation process. Jean Piaget underlined the significance of active involvement in one's learning process, and also the reflection on the process of learning within the social context. All of these ideas are facilitated by the use of digital media from early childhood that ensures the right environment for active involvement in the learning process.
That was just amazing. Okay, I just let it for a few seconds because that is actually really, you really have to somehow let it go to your minds. It's it's just an help. It's just a help. All right, thank you very much. Great work, because in explain constructivism in 60 seconds, you got a perfect example right now. Let's see for the next group, which is connectivism. Oh, all right. Easy, 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 easy. The timer's not working. It's not running yet.
Take your time. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Okay, connectivism is a learning theory by Downs. It is kind of a principle for learning by doing. In this learning theory, you're responsible for yourself and the project. So for everyone who is participating in the project and for yourself, so decision making is the most important principle with this, because you have to decide which information you want to tell the others and which resources you might need, because information is everywhere, so you have to pick the resources that you want to use and you want to show to the others. And there are experts for different tasks, so everyone has got a special task and it gets together into a project. And well, yeah, so network, it fits together, thank you. And they share their knowledge and resources as they can find information everywhere, as I just said. And an example would be MOOCs, which that was really bad because we wrote down the
massive open.
Thank you. So that's everything.
Perfect. Yeah, it's perfect. So again, you could say that connectivism is one part or one maybe development of the constructivism. It focuses more on the connection, obviously, and perfectly explained as well. I like it really much. All right, let's come to a different topic, which is learning in the 21st century and the 21st century skills. What are they? Why do we need them? Maybe we get some answers in a minute. They made a mind map, by the way, if you can see. Great, huh?
3.
You can come here.
2.
So the thing is that children have changed. The children in this centuries are really different, so we have to find new ways of meeting their needs and adapting our tools to this century's tools, like mobile devices and things like this. So we have to approach this process in a really flexible way and allow ourselves to be creative and use this century's tools and everything there is in the educational process, even if there are things that we would use for just fun and things like this. We can use it both in the educational process. So it's all about having a student-centered education based on what he likes and what he needs and things like this, and trying to implement good motivation in the education process, something like that. So
Okay.
yeah, it's like that.
Would you like to have one more sentence or two? That's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah?
It's fine.
And thank you very much. All right, so that gets on top of the theories. We are now in the 21st century, and thank you for that. Maybe another step is the explanation of the Horizon Report K-12 2014. Maybe some facts about it. The stage is all yours.
Thank you.
Let's go.
So the Horizon report focuses on mobile devices in school. In 1 year or less, they expect using bring your own devices, which means the students have to bring their own mobile devices in school and practice and use them during the lessons. Cloud computing, meaning that you can upload files on the internet and you can access them anytime. Yes. Then in 2 or 3 years, they expect to use games and gamification, learning through games, and learning analytics, which means that the education needs to be customized, education will be improved. And in 4 to 5 years, they expect using Internet of Things and wearable technologies like Google Glasses.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, maybe addition what the Horizon report actually is. It's a report where they ask educators and teachers every year what they expect will come in the 1 year or less, 2 to 3 years, 4 to 5 years. And it changes, interestingly. It changes every year. For example, in the 2013 report, there was 5 years 3D printing, which is now not anymore in this. So that's basically because of technology is changing pretty much, obviously. So yeah, but it's quite interesting to see what they expect to come in the next years. Yeah, maybe you heard of some of those trends, maybe not. Yeah, maybe they come, maybe not. We will see.
And it's available for free.
The Horizon report, definitely. Oh, that's a great thing because you explored our blog. Obviously, you can see it, and the pages will be available, and we got all the resources over there. So help yourself if you need more resources. Find out.
Go further. Yeah.
So explain us how it goes on.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Perfect.
I like that.
Yeah, that's maybe one of the funny spots. Okay, now we heard a lot about skills you need to know and learning theories for digital age, like connectivism and constructionism, how to build up, learning environments for digital age, somehow like that. And now we want to go more specialized. As you know, we talk about tablets, and we do a lot of research about tablets as well. And yeah, they will become more and more important, especially for young children and in educational context. And this is why the next topic is why tablets? Why especially tablets? What have you found out? I'm really curious about your bullet points. There we go.
Okay, why using tablets? Tablets are breaking down the traditional barriers between school and home. They transform the learning for every child in the whole country. They've got a lot of learning apps, which is pretty good, and it's easy to share ideas and communicate with tablets. You can create and play music, or the video connection is pretty good. It's easy to create presentations, and the learning simulations are great. You have also tools for kids with special needs, what is pretty good, and it's very easy to use the internet. It is transportable, and you've got 8 to 10 hours battery, which is pretty good if you see it to a laptop, for example. And it's a cost saving point because you've got no printing for the whole class, so this is pretty good as well. This is why you should use tablets.
Okay, perfect. Thanks a lot. That was really a good one. Thanks a lot to that group. So now you heard why to use, tablets, and so let's have a look at a special example for how tablets are used in educational contexts. What can you tell us about the Steve Jobs schools?
We focus on the Steve Jobs School. There are apparently in 2013 7 different schools in the Netherlands. And we focus on the Tick school tour because it's cool to be in the school. And it's for primary school pupils. They are going with their tablets at school every morning, and then they get their individual schedule and activities. For instance, they can create and share their own activities with other pupils and invite them to go into the library or have lunch together. And so that's in common. Additionally, teachers and parents have access to the tablets and the tools, so they can see what their children are doing at school and planning their day. Yeah, forget. No, that's all.
It's all with iPads.
Yeah.
And it's all with iPads.
Just with iPads.
Yes.
Nothing else.
Yes.
Because
right, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Perfect. So, thanks a lot. Yeah, it was really a test, but you really made it perfectly, in a perfect way. We didn't expect that to 60 seconds, because there were some subjects like the theory stuff, which wasn't that easy, but thanks. Yeah, we're really proud of you. So, what's next? That were 6 groups, but as you may have recognized, we had 8 groups, and we had those 2 groups who who prepared some arguments why to use school in tablets or why not to use digital technologies and schools in tablets. And with your knowledge now about it from the point of tablet schools and constructivism and connectivism, what would you say? Should we use tablets in school, and why? Why not? And I would like to, maybe to start with some positive arguments why to use,
Well, we found 15 positive arguments. Some of them are named during the presentations. And the positive argument that I think is very important is the introduction, because
sorry. I actually ask you, all of you, exactly, not drop off all the arguments. I just asked you as ongoing teachers or whatsoever, what would you say? Would you use tablets in schools, and why not? And if there are no arguments, or you could give a good argument, then just get it. No worries, it was my fault. So, any ideas with the experience you just made? Thanks.
Well, from a constructivist point of view,
perfect.
tablets can be helpful, yes, but actually the risk is to develop several concepts that are not applicable, that do not apply to the real world. They just apply to the virtual world.
Talk to the group. Let's get into a discussion.
So that's what I find as a risk. I think that's possible risk.
Yeah, Tim is going to... Thanks.
At the same time, there's the big advantage of coming into contact with a lot of learning experiences that the real world maybe does not offer as much as the tablet and the digital media can offer.
Okay. You want to disagree? Agree? You showed up?
Yes.
Yeah.
I find another risk. In poor countries like my own, it creates the risk of exclusion because not everyone can afford tablets right now.
Okay.
It's very expensive in our country.
So financial point, definitely.
If government had another view, because on the other hand, tablets can reduce costs on education. Yes, we could save, spend in one way, but save in another way. But a lot of lobbies against it. The publishers, the book publishers. Teachers have nothing to lose. They can only gain.
I guess Thomas doesn't disagree.
They have to understand that they can only gain. They have nothing to lose, but other lobbies against.
But isn't it more difficult for teachers to change something as to continue the old-fashioned way?
Yes, but we have a new generation of teachers.
And so it means we need to fire old teachers who are older than the new ones?
Sorry?
No. There's discussion like old generation teachers are used to the things they have, and you said we have new teachers. So what should we do with the old teachers now? Just fire them? But your time is over?
No, they're not in service anymore. Most of us already have
It's on.
Most of them
You have to put that down, fire old teachers.
for other stuff and classes, but everything is bureaucratic, we have to use. So we have to use the older teachers, they don't use the computers, they're not very tired. Yes, the small percentage.
But the Latvian percentage is much more bigger.
No. I've done a study last year, and about 90% of the teachers use.
Okay,
The lower percentages in elementary school. But because they don't have the resources, they know how to use it, but they have the resources.
It's not like that in Latvia.
Yes, because our schools are very well equipped, even more equipped than our universities.
Okay.
My daughter goes to university, they still have chalkboards.
Oh, so chalkboard.
We don't have chalkboards in our schools anymore.
That's the only thing I have basically in school.
No, it goes to
I go to Portugal more there.
Fixation on ICT, so we develop.
There are more other arguments in the discussion, maybe.
Besides the financial ones and exclusive ones. If there were no financial barriers, what? Yeah. Thanks.
I was wondering when we were doing these, why Steve Jobs established these schools, 7 schools in Netherlands. Maybe he should establish it somewhere else, and maybe
Those concepts.
Those Steve Jobs schools, it is called, I don't know, tick school tool. Tick school tool, we found it very interesting and good. And
Maybe you could explain kind of a bit deeper what it was, and then everybody knows. Yeah.
There were some apps.
Yeah, maybe turn around. Yeah. Thanks.
So for example, you can learn how to draw the X sign by using it. So you're using your hands and you see the result immediately. And it was so different ways of teaching and learning by the tablet. Our only concern was about, for example, we only have Apple products, and Apple is generating their own clients, future clients. That was our concern, but it's really interesting and fascinating, which variety of methods.
Okay. Thanks.
Can I add one?
Yeah.
No, you're
sure.
Just one comment. Openness. To keep systems open. It doesn't have to be Apple, Android, Google, whatever.
Yeah.
Open standards.
That's exactly my concern with that, because just using products from Apple, Google, whatever, it is, I guess, the students don't, or they lose to be critical about that. They lose ability to criticize the systems behind, because they won't learn that they collect the data, and that there are also negative sides. Of course, it has its advantages, but they need to learn to work critically. And if they are in first class and have their, or in first grade, and they have their tablets, and they will probably not learn that there is more to it than just that.
Okay. Yeah.
I think our students now in Portugal, you don't support 1 hour listen the teacher to blah 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 blah. they want to the teacher. The tablet is a way to teacher to learn and motivate the students.
It can be,
learning
definitely.
The way enjoy and more attractive to the students, because they sleep in the classroom, they don't care, press attention to the teacher 1 hour to speak in the classroom.
Even without tablets, you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
The tablet is a way to teacher to motivate the students to enjoy and like to learn in the classroom.
Do all agree with that point? Is it really something like a medicine for a better, to make the lessons better?
I disagree, because if you bring a tablet in the classroom for students to make them interested in the lesson, if you presented just as a tool, it will last, I don't know, a month, probably 2, and they get used to, and tablet as a tool is not interesting for them anymore. Like the thing with the phones, they bought a phone, okay, interesting. Oh, there's a new phone, okay, I need the new phone. And it doesn't keep the attention on the same tool for a longer period, because it's just a tool.
I think it's the reality difference, reality. In German, it's maybe right, but in Portugal, don't right, because the students don't care. They don't support 1 hour listen to the teacher. You sleep, you don't care.
But in that way, they also don't support teachers who are in front of the class and talking all the time. They need the interaction, and it doesn't mean either it's interaction that make teacher with a table or a desk, or it's table, tablet, and the teacher. They don't care what kind of interaction till they are involved. Any object, any tool brought in the classroom, which is just there, doesn't make any sense. Like a whiteboard or a blackboard is standing there for 5 and 7 and more years. And probably 15 students come into the classroom and even don't notice that anymore. So tablet works for a month as a tool. Oh my God, it's a tablet, we have a tablet, but that's it. Then you need to make it somehow interactive and use it. Then it comes to better thing and usable in order to make better school atmosphere and make them learn or motivate them learning by themselves.
Okay, there were 2 who wants to agree.
I'll just be very quick, because I do agree with both of you in a sense that the aim of it is just, if they live online anyways and they are using it, the aim is to help them to learn how to do it more meaningfully and actually make sense out of what they're doing there. And
that's an important point.
And it's actually, well, in that sense, I agree with both of you, with both of the things that you said.
If we our teacher, go to the, given a book to the student reading in the house, he don't read the book, because he lasts the day in the computer, in the games, in the tablets. It's the tools. The students now. If you give a work in the tablets, they do.
Okay. Yeah. Anna, was there a point of view as well? Did you show up? No. Okay, but Peter wants to add.
Well, I just was thinking that if you bring a tablet to school or into a class, to school, and you don't bring your books because you have your books in the tablet, it weighs less and it's not stressing the back of the students, so you don't need a backpack with a lot of books, because I remember if I was in primary school and in high school, I had a lot of textbooks, and some of them we didn't use them, but we need to bring them.
But isn't it right now very often the case that the having right now the tablet, or bringing the tablet or the notebook, whatever, laptop, and additionally they have the books. So, well, this idea is great. I completely agree, but I see it quite often that it's an additional thing. So there are still the books, but additionally they have the tablet.
And again, if the publishing companies have problem with it, just bring out e-books, please.
Or would you like to ask the Steve Jobs schools against that argument, maybe?
What they are doing there?
Yeah.
Are you asking us?
Yeah, of course they're asking you.
They only use the
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there are ways.
Without books.
We had like in Latvia also an experiment for 2 years. Tablets were brought in 3 different types of schools, and they used them differently. One of the reasons, yes, was to put a maximum books in the tablet so they don't have to bring the books. But they got only 5 books in the tablet out of 21, because first of all, publishers are not giving; they are not available at all in web format. And at the end of the project, it lasted for 2 years, they finally got those books
but they wasn't able to put in those tablets because they were in completely different programs. I have no clue how did they manage that, but the old tablets weren't reading them. So once again, they had to change everything. And the other thing with the tablets what happened in one school where students couldn't take the tablets home was they were working with tablets, doing some activities, but they were still making notes in notebooks on papers and taking the notes home because they couldn't take the tablets and they had to take notes and they had to manage their time. I'm working in tablet, I'm making notes. I'm working in tablet, I'm making notes.
Okay.
And that was much worse than just notes or just tablet.
Anna on it.
But I think these are problems that can be solved when you work with good concepts.
Exactly, thank you for that
And
point.
then again, I don't see a problem in it that they were taking notes. So we just encourage them just to type everything into the tablets they're going to forget to write.
Exactly, exactly. Why not? Because I'm also, I prefer reading on paper and not on a tablet, which is just my personal preference. I know there are people that can easily read on a Kindle reader or something like this, and just I would leave leave it open to the students to choose whatever they want, and if they prefer reading on a tablet, why not just
give them the option.
maybe why
if
not
possible.
use it? When you say they're not reading anymore, the tablet leaves the teacher open to make it more interesting when you give some quizzes or so that you can use while reading. So I guess.
Yes, but then, leading back to the theory, your ideas, we need to improve our theoretical background then, because we cannot use the classical theory to motivate these very modern ways of working with the kids. And I read an article saying that writing on devices like computers and tablets does not facilitate memory. It's you memorize better the information that you write down by hand because it's the kinesthetic,
That might well be, and that might even depend on the learner type, but leave open every option to get as much different learner types as possible.
Yeah, and you have to think about that tablets or young people grew up with that stuff right now, so it's part of their everyday life, and why not make out of their everyday life things learning and learning environment?
Can I bring one more critical aspect in it?
Please.
You already mentioned it because it's also all the time mentioned in the Horizon report. Learning analytics, it's quite new. It's a little bit the holy grail. We are touching it. Sorry. On one hand it's great, but on the other hand it's really sensitive information.
The analytic dates, you mean datas?
Yeah, and to have everything available, how you learn, that's something very personal. And if that goes in the wrong hand, people might not be happy about it. That's right, too strong.
On the other hand, it's good for children with special needs.
Not only. I have examples.
Yes, not only.
I have examples like in Graz, they made some kind of research about it. They found out that one child in primary school in mathematics, the child really only made one example wrong all the time. I don't know, it was one mathematical example. And without this analytics, they wouldn't find it out. So they really saw in the data, okay, this and that child is really making all the time or writing the wrong answer.
Thank you for the point, Thomas, because I get this is going too far away from tablets right now, because we should think about whether to use tablets or not. And I know that point with the learning analytics, and you're definitely right what you're saying, and I understand your point, but what do you say, for example, if I could, exactly,
Actually,
that's what I wanted to say. Yeah.
Know that the classroom management is very important with the tablets.
Okay.
And if you use tablets, you can see what every kid is doing on their tablet, and it's easier to manage if they're working or not. So there would probably be an argument that the kids will play games on tablets and won't work. So by using tablets, you have a better chance to manage what they're doing. And if you see that some kid is lagging behind and can't finish the work, you can come to him and help him. So that's an important aspect. Maybe some other points should be named. The photo learning. What's the photo learning? You can
explain it.
Take photos. So, for example, for biological class, you go outside, you take photos of trees, of leaves, and then you can come back to the class and you can analyze them. You can show them on the projector, so everyone can see them. You don't even need a projector. We had a class with these tablets, and everyone who has a tablet, teacher can show his presentation on the tablet. So just kids come back to the class, put their pictures with leaves and trees and etc. to their teacher's cloud, and then the teacher makes a presentation and everyone talks about the leaves they see on their screen. So that's also a good thing. What else? Educational games.
Anything against maybe those points you mentioned?
Just keep talking, man.
What about the pessimist group?
One argument against those playing games. Yeah, so a lot of teachers will tell their students are playing games, and as Edgar's is the IT guy and he knows how to work out to keep students out of tools, programs, and so on. And most of the teachers are not IT guys or ladies. They don't have any skill and any clue how to keep students out of or how to block anything. It means that teachers have to be taught how to actually work with those tools. But in Latin, nobody's giving any courses how to, where to, and what to do. And it's basically, teacher, you have a tablet, work with it. And then the 15 students also have a tablet. And teachers don't know how to stop them from doing anything which is not kind of allowed during the lesson. And other side, yes, as you mentioned, students are grown up with those tools. And students can easily oversmart teachers. If teacher can put some kind of easy block sheet or he has found, the student will figure out how to block the teacher's block, and that's it. That also may happen. It depends on how technical smart this teacher.
But is this a disadvantage if the...
Okay, can I argue that? The thing
Somehow
is,
we have to comment it.
tablets are so much easier to use than computers. The blocking software on computer is very difficult. It's hard to put it on, it's hard to manage it, and on the tablet it's just...
Okay, who knows how to block something on tablet for students?
Well, I don't know it either because I haven't worked. But I've been shown, and it's just a bunch of screens, and you decide, this stops working, I turn the screen off. There's just one push with your finger. It's not difficult. And if the school buys it, the tablet, the software will be on there. They won't have to download it, they won't have to configure it. They will have to press the button, and it's not working. I press the button, now everyone sees my screen. It's just finger press.
Have you ever taught teachers?
No.
So, teaching to push a button for teacher is pretty difficult.
I have a problem that we have a lot of old teachers in the school that I work at.
Are you still discussing about tablets? Sorry.
Yeah, about how to teach teachers
how to use
tablets. And I tell them the same thing every year. I tell them how to, for example, turn on a computer, how to turn on a tablet. A month passes. I don't know, the teacher uses the tablet, doesn't use it. I come back, they ask me how to turn on the tablet. And so that's the circle. It just goes round and round, but maybe the newer teachers are easier to...
Like it's 5%.
Yeah, but Latvian teachers are
But then again, I think in 10 years' time we're going to have lectures on how to use technology in learning.
But does it mean that...
Sorry, Anna has a point as well.
I think we need to try how well it will work.
I do have difficulties with the generalization that older teachers are not able to use technical devices in school and that younger teachers are able to. Because it's the personal interest and the personal addiction to teaching. If you really want it, if you really want to do good teaching, and you really want to use it, the age doesn't matter. It's just you're going to learn it anyway. And if you're, I don't know, 55 years old or a 25-year-old teacher, if you want to use these tools, you're going to learn it, and if you don't want, you will not learn it. And the age doesn't matter with that.
But then we come to the question, how many teachers do we have who actually are enthusiastic about teaching? Who are the teachers who just came, oh, I didn't have a choice, oh, I couldn't pick what to do in my life, I just became a teacher.
Sorry, but that is really a different point. That's not about tablets in education. That, of course, you are right, but that is, we're not talking about why do people become a teacher.
Well, I think it's the right point that they shouldn't push the technologies as the main thing. They just should, I don't know, give them to teachers that want to do it and just see the results of it. But as I see in my school, they're pushing the technologies and teachers have no chance to use them. So
okay.
I don't know, maybe that should change a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Can I add one more point, and it's connected to that?
Sorry.
Bring your own device.
Huh?
There are a lot of pluses and minuses, and I guess it's really hard to find the right way, let's say. Just as a statement, bring your own device. Or not. Let me control it. Or
I could add, like, the question is not why tablets, but the question is why only tablets? Because there will be the next technology, and we will have to do this implementation again in the schools. The tools are changing like quite quick, also the apps and everything. And so the question is about the learning culture of teachers, how they learn, how often they do it, and so they can teach students what they can learn. They cannot teach what they haven't. That's it.
Good point. Anna?
Shall reflect the reality somehow. So we have to go and look what is the reality of the students and go with that. And if they sit at home and they have their tablets, why don't we also use these tablets in school? And when they sit down at home and have the next generation of whatever will be developed in the next few years, why won't we use this too? Just try to make it as efficient as possible.
And one thing that, in a sense, what I already said, it's always the question for me, well, especially when I was trying to finish my thesis in relevant topic. In one way, I definitely see that if it's happening, we have to, well, as teachers, we have to help them to make it useful, make it meaningful, and just to make sense out of it. At the same time, the video that we just saw, that like, okay, just the only thing that you do is actually just looking at your whatever smartphones or whatever, and there's another kind of, well, ways of communication missing that you're actually not using it and you're not doing. That maybe school is the last place where you can actually do that. So I don't know what to think about that.
Okay, thank you so far. Are there any important points those two groups want to mention? Which arguments? Maybe that there may be not back-channeled what Tim has documented. Documents.
So I think that maybe it's an idea that the bring your own device idea is that the children can have more control on his learning process. Is that right? I mean, it's more like a self-regulated learning, self-determined inner motivation for learning, and I wonder if they have the cognitive maturity to be self-motivated in learning, and they might if I think they have a good interaction, a good relationship with the teacher, and the teacher is the facilitator in a way.
But that fits for all the models, but bring your own device means that, for example, exclusion is limited because everybody got a smartphone, just bring it, whatever you have. So what you said applies on all technology stuff, I think.
Yeah.
I'd say at least.
But if you allow the children to bring their own device, that means you trust them and they trust you, that they will not play during lesson or something.
It's the same with tablets I give you.
Edgar's.
Okay, we had one last positive.
All right. Thanks. Go on.
The role of the teacher. What does that mean? Tablets are all connected together. We're using the file system and everything. And if a student is doing really well at his work, he can share his work with the other students. So the students learn from students, and teacher learns from students, and it's connected. And I think it's also a good thing that tablets bring, that the students can show how they did that work. For example, teacher makes it his way, but the student gets the same result the other way. So he can show the other students how he did it. Yeah? So that's also a good thing.
Good that we talked about connectivism before.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think what we are about talking here is about the methodology of learning. If I put my students 1 hour listening, they don't learn anything. But I put the tablets and give work. They search in the internet and do the work, they learn.
That's your personal experience? Is it your personal experience? Okay.
Can I just wrap it up and say, because you have this constructivism and connectivism, I think those tools give us the possibility to do it. There are a lot of other possibilities as well, but they really somehow amplify these possibilities, and just we have it in our hands. We can use it, but we also can use something else, which might be not so comfortable, but...
Yeah. That's right. Okay, so thank you so far. If there are no more arguments of those two core groups who really worked hard on those arguments, thank you for that and for bringing them into the discussion. Then I would say, let's have that coffee break.
Yeah, till 15:45. So it's
What-
about 7 minutes.
what time is it?
Just
Yeah.
grab a drink, go to the toilet, and come back.
Okay, perfect. Hm? Ja. Ich war ein bisschen abgedriftet.
Genau, das ist perfekt.
War gut?
Ja, auf jeden Fall. Deswegen einfach sie machen lassen, aber dann, wenn sie zu raus und dann kommst du wieder hin. Das war noch wunderbar.
That was interesting because there were really different points. It's good that we have ours.
Ich kann auch viel freigeben.
Eben. Ja, das ist sehr gut. Gerade wenn du jetzt Statistiken hast, dann sagst, was haben die Leute eigentlich gesagt. Genau.
Did you do this?
Not you, personally, but yeah.
Should we use a back channel for the rest of the
Why not?
Die Frage ist, wer es macht.
These are better something what we can try with this.
But we need also taking care of business.
Das ist immer das Problem, weil wir schreiben auf den Blog und dann machen wir das dann sicher auch schon.
Aber so oft, dass man während den Präsentationen so fragen muss.
Finde ich persönlich sinnvoll. Ich weiß nicht, wie es benutzt wird.
Zum Ausprobieren, ich glaube, dass die meisten das mal kennen.
Ja.
Aber es wäre dann ausprobieren.
Ja, schon, ja.
Nee, aber man muss es ja sehen, was dann Back Channel wird.
Ich habe sehr viel kleiner gemacht, weil da so viel war.
Ja, nein, okay.
Ja.
Aber es werden mal...
Ein Versuch ist es wert. Ah ja. Super.
Possible you're eating and eating. Oh, no, not that much. You look like this.
Oh, das Bild ist weg. Was soll das? Das Bild war das nachträglich eingeflogen. Ich hab gar nichts eingestellt. Ja, warte, okay.
Ich bin ein
Ja, das habe ich. Sehr zufrieden. Ich will noch. But it's also good that you like it. It's also good. And that's homemade from my mom. It's really good.
Should we switch in our groups again, or should we go back to?
It doesn't matter, but I don't care.
I'm just thinking.
It's not important anymore. As you wish. Maybe you like your group members.
Laura, it's sometimes tricky. No, we have fun together. I'm just kidding. I don't have a key. We have to go downstairs. Very addicted. Because we have to close it yesterday. First time we was all
Okay.
Gute österreichische Möglichkeiten. Weiß ich genau.
Ja, wollte aber auch. Do you still feel warm?
Es gibt ja, je weiter man nach Norden in Deutschland, desto bescheiden haben sie mal gekannt, dass
Desto weniger Sahne.
Wenn ich so ist es nicht sagen kann.
Ja, aber auch Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte.
Ja.
Aber sehr, sehr lecker.
Ich habe mir schon beim Mittagessen erzählt, wir hatten vergangenes Jahr, wenn ich überlegt habe, Gott soll lieben, das Österreich, das ist schwierig, weil ihr seid jetzt die ganze Zeit
But I guess they have something else then.
Es war nur leider bei 32 Grad, 35 Grad vor dem Backofen stehen.
I have one in my room and it's very cold.
Begrenzt.
For the national Eden?
So you mustn't drink it.
Das Wichtige in Österreich ist, bei uns in der Küche jetzt nichts gekauft. Also das ist ganz typisch, ist nichts gekauft.
That's already over.
Hast du das letzte entdeckt?
Yeah. They're the experts.
Not yet. We've been in Vienna before, that's why.
Also ich kann mich noch erinnern, dass ich in Dennis tun habe mit meiner Mutter. In Wien macht Schule. Ich kann mich erinnern, wie ich die für die Chemie gearbeitet habe.
Die Marillen?
Ja, aber es ist noch nicht Marillenzeit, es ist nur zum Beispiel für österreichische Marillen.
for the second part. Okay, so now we discussed a lot and it was really great. Thank you for that part again. Yeah. As we promised, we want to tell something about our projects and our tablet research in Mainz at the university. There are quite a lot of, there's an ongoing number on projects and tablet schools running in Germany right now. Last year there were about 90 plus, and as Tim mentioned, there are about 150 projects and more right now running in Germany. It's really a lot. I will show you kind of an interactive card, and what's interesting is that really most of the schools use iPads. Yeah. Thanks. So, yeah, just to give you an idea, okay, you know, yeah, this is the card, and here you can see that they're really all over Germany, from north to south, from west to east, west to east. Kind of confused, sorry. Yeah, and sorry, I do not know if you can see the icons, but no, I go on further, yeah. Good. Yeah, those are the icons for the iPads, and yeah, they really dominate if you see it on growth again. Yeah.
Why it's like this? Because they're much more expensive. Sorry.
Yeah, Tim is going to explain it after my part. Yeah. So exactly, and we, especially at the University of Mainz, we had some research at 4 schools which are in and around Mainz and Wiesbaden, with all the big operating system, not just Apple. As you can see, we already researched about a school which used the Galaxy Note tablet, and we're just running a project in Rüsselsheim, which is next to Mainz, with Galaxy tablets. Tim will talk about it later on as well, and with the Windows 8 tablet. Yeah, and they had some take-home systems, which means the children were allowed to take their tablets with them home.
One means that every kid gets his own tablet.
Device, exactly.
Compared to the first one who got just 20 tablets in the school, and the teachers can just pick it whenever they like for a project or whatever they want.
Exactly. Yeah. Thanks a lot. So Tim is going to tell you, going a little bit more in detail about the evaluation and the results. Not yet.
No, yeah. But
sorry? No?
Yeah. It's teamwork, called teamwork. Teamwork. Oh, you didn't spit, huh? All right. So yeah, what more I want to... Yeah. Those 2 tablets, they also have a pen with it, I should mention. So you can, especially the Samsung one, can realize your handwriting quite good. And you can also, all notes you can do with your handwriting. I just wanted to add that. All right, so I just have a little parts of it from the research of those 4 schools he just explained. And for example, a question was, oh, there's an E missing. What grade would you give the lessons which involve tablets? And it looks like this. So we have the 2 iPad schools here, the Samsung schools and the Windows schools. And in Germany, 1 is best. I don't know if that's in all your countries the same. Sometimes it differs. So 1 is best and 6 is last, but it's 5 in this case. So yeah, you might see the iPad ones are like here, and these are the Samsung and Windows ones. So maybe they were not so happy with the Windows and Samsung ones. Maybe they like the iPad better. We'll see how, because it's not, you can't say that, what I just stated. You can't say iPad is better, that's why they rated it better. You have to see much more closer and differentiate why, what are reasons pupils took those grades. And maybe we can continue with that. We asked them, you're now experts for the use of tablets in schools, and would you agree with the following statements? For example, tablets should be used every day, and blue is yes, and that is no, and that is I don't know. So okay, over 60% said, yeah, we should use it every day. But then they say, should be used with specific teachers only. Yeah, exactly. So there it comes, and should be used in specific subjects only. So there it comes. When teachers, as you mentioned in the discussion earlier, which was quite great, it's still, the teacher is the most important factor within the school and whatever they do. You might know or heard about the Hattie studies. John Hattie, I think, is an Australian researcher who did, I think in 2009, who did like a meta-study. So he collected all the studies which are around about learning effects. What affects learning the most? And he came up with a huge list about what he thinks the effects are. And like the top, at least the top one was the teacher, the personal teacher thing. So he matters or she matters the most. And media, I don't know, 38th place or something. So it's not that important after this study. So you should keep that in mind. It's about the person of the teacher and also the subject. Maybe you can imagine in math, you can use it quite well. You could do graph and cool cubes and whatever. But how is it in languages? Are there also good uses? And this is the part where teachers or the whole school have to evolve concepts, as Anna over there now, and many others, I think, mentioned that we need concepts for the use of tablets. That's also one of the most common things we found out. And if you just put the tablets into school, there's no great effect. Why? No? You have to have a concept behind it. Yeah. Also, they said you don't need it for learning. Yeah, okay. Yeah. And every student should have his own tablet. So, yeah, that quite is true. After them. Exactly. Oh yeah, one thing I want to remember because of the subjects, we saw a lot of great interdisciplinary things. For example, remember or imagine sports and physics. You can perfectly combine them. For example, if you throw a basketball and you film it, and then you do the graph with it and see, okay, how fast is it throwing? We saw some great examples. Or high jump, you know this one? Yeah, and they were filming each other because there were like sick kids in the class and they have like broken leg or something, so they couldn't attend, but they were still there and filming the other ones, and then analyze it. Okay, that was the wrong foot. You just have to use this one. Okay, I see. And then there was an ongoing process. So yeah, that was nice to see. But back to this. We asked them, did anything change since you work with tablets in schools? And they said class was boring. No, they didn't say. I'm more motivated to work. So yeah, maybe that's your point. But I also agree to, I don't know who said it, I'm sorry. The motivation if new tools come in, you were, goes up like this, obviously, and then normally it falls down like this. So the question is, and we're very interested in some long-term studies, is it going up or does it stay on some level? Or is it, as you said, the tool doesn't matter in the end, and if it's a tablet or nothing, motivation goes up and then goes down, and I don't care anymore. We have to work more on our own, was luckily not that high. Class is more interesting, obviously, yeah. And we have to work more in groups, because that's also a big part of tablets in school, is like the wish to have them collaborate more, or like the connectivism group mentioned, if learning is more connected, it's more effective in the end. More homework? No. Great. And even some people said tablets are not involved often enough. Thanks for that. Yeah. Maybe last one. Yeah, it's German. It says, with the tablet in school, what do I do the most? If I work alone with 2 people, so just pairs, in groups, with the whole class, and I don't know. Or it's not important. So yeah, if you put those 2 points together, they love to collaborate within groups, but still had their time to work alone. Just as a short thing to show you some video now. Yay. There it goes. Sorry. Oh, perfect. So I brought you an example, or maybe 2 if you like to. This is in Rüsselsheim, and they have the Samsung Galaxy with a pen. And this is 10th grade. It's math. And you not only, we focus in this little part about this group, this is the teacher, but also you might have a look on what the other pupils do during the time. So yeah, wait a second. Where's?
You have to go to the right.
Yeah, got it.
Hier hast du Wurzelbereich. Wurzelbereich? Ja. Also Wurzelbereich und richtig. Alles geschützt sein. Das 3
So yeah, it might give you a good example for the thing. Is it the tool? You see the tablet, but still the calculator, still the book, still everything, and that's you can see I think on every table there. But it's quite nice atmosphere over there. Teacher's nice, a nice person. Yeah. Would you like to see another example?
And
No?
in this case, the teacher really knows how to work with the tablet.
Exactly.
So you have to add it. He's really good.
Yeah. So maybe that's a good example also for the individual helping of the teacher. They can work on their own, but he can still interact wherever he likes. Yeah. All right. Do you know where the other video is?
Yes.
It's his computer. Don't want to screw up things.
200, no?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So no teacher involved this time.
Okay, dann zeige ich dir mal eine allgemeine Zeit.
That's me. So yeah, again, what you could see, they use it as a tool. They have their books as well, they have their calculator as well, and they just interact with it. And if it's not needed, then they just use their book or their writings, their notes. And that's what we saw very, very much often, that pupils or students can quite good difference when it's needed and when it's not. And they just put it away when it's not necessary, and they pull it out when it is. But yeah, it might take some time, because in the beginning, of course, yeah, you try to go on Facebook, you try to play something, but all the teachers told us, yeah, that takes a while, and then we can get back to normal work, so to say, and it was not disturbing anymore. And of course, I mean, you have disturbance anyways. You don't know if the pupil is really following you or just in his dreams. Wherever, you don't know, you won't ever know, but yeah. All right, so to close this one, let's come to the last part, I'd say. Yeah. All right, so we hope we gave you a good example about this. If you have any further questions, always feel free, or maybe now. So concerning, for the first, just on the topic, are you missing something? Did something open up your mind? Something like that. So just concerning the topic, are there any questions? I give you a minute to reflect.
But isn't it also like the students have to have a special way of learning? Because right now you said before that for the students at the beginning it was some kind of they search to Facebook or whatever, and then it was not interesting anymore, and they are just using it as a tool.
I mean, it was not interesting because now they had the opportunity and they tried it, and then
That's not. But
yeah.
isn't it also connected with the way of learning and need some kind of skills from the student to handle this tool?
I guess I showed you like example of 16, 17 years old, maybe 16 years old, and maybe you can say that those are more, I don't know, evolved, have the, I don't know, you're the teachers, maybe you have different experiences, but we saw that they can really see when it's needed and when not.
You had the same situation in a different school as well?
Well, I've been to all the schools, and yeah, let's see. I have to think about it, but most of the time, yeah. I was sitting in the back. It was quite interesting because the first they were looking at me and seeing what I'm gonna do, but I was just sitting there and watching them. And like half an hour later, they were just playing something, and okay, I see. But they didn't care, yeah. But it also, I mean, I think that also depends on what they have to do. If they have a certain task and they don't have the time actually to do something else, then they won't play. And if you see them playing because they think you don't see as a teacher, but always teachers see when they are distracted. I'm really sure about it. And so you can go to them and help them or give them additional tasks. I think that's the basic thing. But yeah,
because I hear it very often as an argument.
Yeah, that's why I want to show you and say to you that is after our research it goes, yeah, it is a while, but then it goes down and back to normal. Also, one thing that is apart from the teacher is tablets don't make classrooms or the whole thing better. It's just the way you have to put it in makes it better. That's the main thing. It doesn't. That's what I said, because if you put it just in, there's no effect, no better grades or something. It's about how you use it.
I didn't get it why there are so many iPads, but
oh yeah, great. Yeah, exactly. So most of the, I mean, just rethink, the iPad was invented or was brought out in 2010, I think. So that's just 4 years ago, and still it's everywhere now. So that's first thing. And yeah, for most of the teacher, it's easier to have this closed system and to have like really easy, because that works with Apple very fine, which the others can't handle for whatever reason. The communication between the products of Apple work perfectly, and that's the main reason teachers, because they're not so IT guys all the time, it's easier for them. Okay, I put it in, it works. And that's mostly the thing with Apple. It's not a pricey thing because the other tablets are quite in the same level. It's not, and sometimes schools get reduced price anyway, so it's not the price. It's really the usability that convinces most of the teachers. And yeah, you have to differentiate then who's buying actually the tablet. It's not the school. It's more above the school. They decide what tablet comes in, and that's also the case most of the time. They just buy the stuff and just here deal with it. Yeah.
So the school still wants to control the device.
Control?
Yeah,
no, the setup. The setup is much. It's the setup which makes it much easier, because I saw Windows tablets and you have one, I think, and they're mostly like the PC version, and you know how much failures can be with Windows. No offense, I like Windows too, but it's very hard for teachers to set those up and bring them to the same domain, for example. That's too technical, I know, but that's very hard, and that's what I'm saying is easier with Apple. And I think the good looking, I don't know if that's an argument. No idea.
Students had to organize charging and everything by themselves.
Yeah, I had another table, but I didn't put it in. We also asked that if there were any problems with charging, and there haven't been any. Like out of, I don't know, 100, I'm sorry, out of 100 they said maybe 2 were not charged, And I mean, you have 2 plugs in, so that's no problem.
To install the apps.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, that's a great point as well. First of all, when we do kind of a teacher training also at university, and I come to the teachers and they, okay, what do we do? What apps? And I always say that you don't need any apps on every, no matter what device you use. They have a camera, so you can make pictures and videos. They have a microphone. They have everything you need. You don't need apps. But if you need apps, then yeah. Most of them use free apps, as far as I know. And also with Apple, it's so easy to get the apps with the Apple configurator on the tablets.
So it's not locked for students to get them.
Well,
I know
you
in
can lock
Estonia
stuff. Okay.
We have some schools.
There are also different models. You can log it from the setup that they are not allowed to, for example, go on Facebook, or you can set the Wi-Fi that the address is blocked. There are different options. But mostly the IT affine guys, they set up those things.
Okay.
Yes?
Yeah, maybe just to add some point, because you were asking for apps. We also have a lot of questions about apps, especially from teachers and from ongoing teachers. And so we are we started working on a database, good apps for teachers as well.
Okay.
Yeah. If it's finished, or no, it's never finished.
Of course.
But yeah, if we can show something, then I might get the link to the database into our group. So.
If it's not in German only, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully not. But I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm a little bit critical about iPads in the meaning of standards. Because when it comes to ebooks, it's EPUB 3 will come out, and I don't know how Apple will behave.
We can use EPUBs with some private reader. I'm not sure. Kindle, maybe.
Yeah, but still, I mean, that's a huge problem also with the publishers. That's like connected to the, I don't know, Peter brought it in as well. The publishers are not quite helpful in that process of giving the books to the schools and pupils.
They're very old-fashioned. They want to keep the market as long as possible.
Maybe they lose in that process, like the music industry with MP3, but we don't know. It's not helpful though. And also, an ebook is not the book copied and do it at a PDF. That's not the ebook as I see it. That's no, where's the value in that? So, but yeah, that's a different discussion as well.
What's about collaboration with tablets? In schools, like you see, I mean, online collaboration. Not only cooperation, but really collaboration.
Like, or give me an example what you mean then?
Like writing a document.
Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, this stuff is very much used in that school you just saw. They are quite modern. They just exist for 5 years, and they had the possibility, and they have a good school, what's called the head of school, which is who is quite behind this and helps it. And yeah, I saw a collaboration, of course, with them. They have a learning platform additionally where they can upload and share and download again. And also they get sometimes group homework, so they have to actually collaborate online. Yeah.
Any other questions? Content?
As I said, if you come to some point and we're still here, just ask us. Okay. But for the last part, we would like you to ask what do you think about the method now. We used all the methods, about the didactic aspects. Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? Was it too much? Was it too... Whatever you like, just feel free to help us or to say yes. Yeah, feel free.
Really dynamic.
Dynamic?
Yes.
I will give you a 5.
5 in German?
No.
Ah, I see. Learning by doing, yeah.
It was very nice to have such an active discussion, and that
yeah, well, each group prepared something, and then we had to express ourselves, and it was very nice that everyone was actively involved in school.
Everybody was expert.
Yeah.
I would like to agree to that, but about the experts, my group aim was to prove that it's wrong. That's not my personal opinion. Just don't hate me for saying that, because that was a group task, not my personal opinion as a user not to use tablets in the school. It's just personal. But yes, the presentation was very interesting, and I was very interested in this topic because in our poor little Latvia, we have 3 schools with new projects for using tablets in schools. It's like a drop in your journey see of all what you have done. And I was in the presentation what has happened with those projects, what has happened in those schools. So it was very interesting to see what you do in Germany. So probably I go to Latvia and say something smart now.
Maybe you should invite them to university and make some.
You're welcome. You're welcome, people. Just come and tell.
Thanks.
Or just make a hangout.
Yeah. No, come on.
We would love to come.
Yeah, you can stay all at my place.
Yeah.
I'm good at cooking.
We talk about it later.
It's not ideal.
All right.
Any other feedback for us for the next presentations, maybe?
Was it too much, maybe, for some of you? Or the QR code thingy was too complicated?
What about the way you had to work in the group? Was it too complicated or too much content for that one slide?
No, like the 60-second presentations, because that was the perfect amount of input in order to be able to debate afterwards, and yeah, just a good, short and effective, efficient way to present things. That's a good idea.
Did you see the back channeling? Did you like it, or did you just, I don't care what they're writing?
Yeah, it was good. You could follow.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. That was really good. Yeah, that's pretty difficult because in Latvia I don't have one projector, so.
You can also do it on a flip chart. That's the old school
I
way.
don't have even that one.
Oh, right on the walls? Yeah.
So I have like blackboard and chalk.
Do you have a huge chalkboard though?
Nah, it's
No, not even there.
bigger than the screen.
I'm so sorry for you.
I'm still
Yeah.
the trusty travel.
Okay, anything else?
Everything wonderful. I just wanted to ask, with which tool have you created the QR codes? Is it free or?
Yeah. It's free. It's just a website. Just Google for a QR code generator.
I think there are lots of it actually.
There are tons of, millions of results, I guess. Yeah. Just so simple.
So maybe you got some inspiration what to use also in school? Maybe.
I even have an app where you can create.
Okay, then first of all, thank you very much for that. We really enjoyed it, what you did. And maybe Thomas wants to say something about the back
Hi,
channel.
back question. Yeah, well, first of all, thank you so much for this very interesting presentation. Very interesting presentation.